Hey, it's Les from the TV Dudes. This week, as part of our ATX Television Festival Season 13 coverage, I was lucky enough to sit down and chat with the incredibly talented Tom Blyth and legendary producer Donald DeLine to deep dive about the hit MGM Plus show Billy the Kid. Tom gives us the inside scoop on his portrayal of the iconic outlaw, while Donald shares with us what it's like to produce for the streamer and to get this Western just right. Don't miss this exclusive interview that unpacks the action, drama, and intrigue of Billy the Kid. It's a fun chat, and I hope you enjoy. This is Les from the TV Dudes. Can I have y'all both introduce yourselves?
Yeah, hi Les. I'm Tom Blyth, and I play Billy in Billy the Kid.
I'm Donald DeLine, executive producer of Billy the Kid.
Thank you both so much for making time today. The show is great. One of the things that I've got to talk to you about is that accent is so good.
Oh, wow.
And
okay, good.
I mean, we all get to see it a lot where, like, somebody steps up like, they're Australian, oh my God. They're British, oh my God. But it's not just that you came to the show and did a Southern accent or Georgia it up for us. Yeah. It's a particular Irish-American Western accent. Can you both talk a little bit about the prep that went into the history of the show and what were like your concerns as a producer about making sure that it looked and felt right?
Right.
So, speaking to the kind of the dialect accent thing specifically, I think season one we were very cognizant of not making it like knee slapping, Texas drawl kind of like caricature. Right. And at first, when I was working with a dialect coach at the beginning, I went that way, and then I pulled it back because what I realized was that we have kind of some artistic license here because Billy grew up in the Irish slums of New York, probably speaking like in an Irish accent, probably speaking some Gaelic, and his parents were both born and bred Irishmen, and then he moved from there to Coffeyville, Kansas, spent some time in Texas, spent some time in Arizona, everywhere in between, and so like we kind of realized we had kind of we could create our own sound that was more specific, and so that's kind of what I've leaned into is like letting a little bit of like Irish meets Southwest, and just try to keep it as nuanced as possible, basically.
It really worked.
Thank you.
I mean, I realize everybody on this side of the table is going to be super nice about the show today, but no, it really works.
Thank you.
In terms of producing, Billy the Kid is a character that I think I know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Emilio Estevez. I don't know the history of this man.
Yeah.
How fun was it to play with doing a historical show, but also, like you said, you've got some license to play?
It was fascinating, actually, and Michael Hurst, who created the show, who's in England today where he lives and writes every single episode, he is fascinated and always has been since he was a child with Billy the Kid. And he is a guy who does not write characters that are not complicated, unpredictable characters. He likes, you never quite know what you're going to get out of a character in a scene, which we love, and it's fascinating, and it keeps it really interesting. So he always had this very nuanced, very interesting vision of Billy, that he was not just this vicious killer outlaw, but he was a human being who was forged by a lot of rough things growing up, and actually had a great heart and was a very sensitive human being, and really struggled with which side he was going to fall on, and was really kind of first drawn into it by lack of choice as a young man with, his father was dead, his mother was ill, he needed to help put food on the table for the family, and, got pulled into a certain kind of life.
Yeah.
You've seen the industry grow and change over the years. You've been in major motion pictures. From an audience standpoint, the recent years of streaming has blended, like, we've all had discussions of what is television now, what's a movie, what's TV, what's which is which.
Yeah.
Does that feel different in the last few years from y'all's side of the table?
I mean, you're probably better equipped to speak about this than I am.
I feel it feels. I really enjoy it because whether it's the form is better told as a series, with 24 episodes, or whether it's better it's a 2-hour. We just all love making stories come to life, or we wouldn't be doing this. That's what gets us up in the morning, and It's, believe me, there's plenty of reasons not to do it. So I think it's exciting, and that it just gives you a lot of choice. We just don't want the theatrical business to die.
Yes.
We want to keep movies in theaters.
Yes, please.
So,
my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I will say is like someone who, I mean, I've been working as an actor since I was like 14, 15, on and off. And then Billy was kind of my first foray into like doing a lead role in a big production. And I can't tell you how cool it was to like arrive in Calgary 2 years ago and see a welcome packet that said MGM with the lion on the front. And I was like, oh my God, this is like, even though it's television, even though it's streaming, we're doing an eight episodes like quality show that feels cinematic, and I was like, this feels like part of like the MGM legend, you know, like being part of like one of the greatest studios in Hollywood history, and I also like we were talking about this yesterday at dinner, like MGM Plus feels like something that is really growing and feels like we're at the beginning of like a really cool streaming platform, and the show is growing with it, and like season on season, I think the quality is getting better, and the storytelling is getting more rich, and the audience is growing like pretty fast, and that's exciting. It's like exciting to be part of that.
I think when I was a kid, if something needed to be longer than one movie or a sequel,
right,
and it moved to television, that was going to drastically change the format, the storytelling,
right,
how it was told, what it was going to be.
Yes.
And now I don't necessarily feel that as much.
Exactly. The quality is very different.
It's different now.
Yeah.
I would think, how is it for you as an actor to get to stay in a character?
Yeah.
I mean, that can't happen that often in movies.
It doesn't. I mean, this
Snow for 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you always hope that you get to, especially if it's a character you love, that you get to come back and do it again. But I will say there's something really nice about like every year or every 2 years coming back to Billy and putting on the hat and putting on the boots, and the voice comes back in, and the physicality comes back in, and immediately I'm like, oh, this is an old friend that I get to like revisit. And I'm doing a year of filmmaking this year, like lots of films, and as much as I love it, I love working on films. It's
you got Plainclothes coming up, right?
I just finished Plainclothes, and now I'm doing a film called Wasteman, and busy, but it's like it never gets old doing Billy, and I feel like very lucky to get to keep coming back to it.
You brought up old friends. Of course, where we last left off that I saw was the reintroduction of Pat, which was a great reveal in that last moment.
Nice segue.
And also, just such a great moment in an earlier episode where you're reading the letter from him, where he's like, "And watch out, I might be a cop next time you see me."
Yeah.
And, you know, we're all at home going, "Shh."
Yeah.
That also had one of my favorite scenes with Billy. I think that might be the scene where you're like, "Why don't we just kill our boss?" And the friend is like, "Because we won't get paid, Billy. Like, please don't kill him." And I thought that was just such a great Billy the Kid moment, the complexity of it. You're a good guy, you'll also offer up a crazy plan. In terms of trying to walk that character to the Billy the Kid that's the legend, what has it been like as an actor to try to modulate that? Do you just have to trust in the script? Do you feel like you have to bring an angrier Billy or a different Billy in some episodes?
No, I mean, it's always there in the script. Like when the scripts are good, which they are with Michael, like they, you know, so much of it's just there on the page, and then you just kind of have to do your best to be a conduit for that. But I will also say Michael Hurst is really collaborative, and since episode 1 of season 1 has always been like inviting of thoughts and notes. And if I'm like, oh, you know, season 1, there was a prison breakout, and I thought there was an opportunity to do something a bit different, and we collaborated on it for like a couple of days and came up with a really cool like kind of left field turn, and we've done quite a few of those where we get to collaborate on these moments, and it's really exciting to take what's already great on the page and then go, oh, you know, when we all put our heads together, we can come up with something really original that hasn't been done before on TV. But in terms of Billy himself, I feel like a lot of it is we've been talking about since season 1, like where is he now compared to then, and what is the story we're trying to tell? And the story we're trying to tell is like season 1, he was a boy who is kind of on the trail trying to work out how to get by and protect his family. Season 2, he's got a lot less to lose, and he is a lot more capable, but he's also got something to fight for now. He's got like a mission in life, and so we get to watch him become a man, which is really cool. And he's more confident in himself. He's less wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and more kind of grounded, and people look to him to lead them, which is, it's fun to play that. Yeah.
I know from at home, the different streaming networks seem to have tones or character. Apple TV shows are going to look different than a Paramount Plus show. Having made several shows with MGM, is there something that you particularly were excited by or glad to see from a supportive standpoint from the network?
I think Michael Wright, who runs MGM Plus, is huge. I mean, he loves Billy the Kid. It's like he's just it's a very personal thing for him. He loves it. So we've had incredible support from him and everyone else. They're like a fantastic group of people there, and we've really kind of grown up with the network in a way. Even 2.5 years ago when we started this, there were fewer shows on the streamer, and we watched it kind of really explode.
And it was called Epics.
That's right.
So
and then
when I first started, it was Epics.
It was Epics. That's when we did season 1, and then now they've got some new shows that are down here. Some of them in Austin, and I think Michael, their demographic I think is a little more male than female, and he likes genre as well. So it's been really fun for us to kind of lean into those aspects.
Thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for great questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the fest.
No, thank you for having us.
TV Dudes is an independently run podcast out of Austin, Texas. We are exclusively listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/TVDudes.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TV Dudes. All the music for our show is done by our friend and original TV Dude, Gregory J. Amani Smith.
To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com. I'm Randy Lander.
I'm Les Weiler.
And I'm Kyle Scott.
Thanks for listening.